As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a critic.
Goodfellas. Directed by Martin Scorsese and based on the book Wise Guy by Nicholas Pileggi, Goodfellas is easily believed to be a truly unique image of life as a criminal. Starring Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, and Joe Pesci, this masterpiece is the true story of the infamous gangster Henry Hill and his rise and fall in the mafia. With many spectacular directing choices and truly beautiful performances, it's no wonder how the film made over $46 million. Originally, there was lots of controversy over the film because, for the time, it was thought to be horribly violent and too over the top. Today it is known to be a classic and archetype of filmmaking. This just shows the excellency of Scorsese with his ability to both inspire and disgust. The performances from the cast of the film were executed flawlessly. Even the improvisation scenes, like the most remembered "Funny How" scene between Joe Pesci and Ray Liotta, were performed to the most complete perfection.
Funny how? What?
Just, you're funny.
You mean, so, let me understand this, because maybe it's me, I'm a little fucked up, maybe. But I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you? I make you laugh? I'm here to fucking amuse you? What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
Just, you know how you tell a story. What?
No, I don't know. You said it. How do I know? You said I'm funny. How the fuck am I funny? What the fuck is so funny about me? Tell me. Tell me what's funny.
Get the fuck out of here. Tell me.
Motherfucker, I almost had him.
The entire cast of the film allows the audience to really see how the characters they're portraying were actually like by getting into their roles entirely. Like many of his other films, such as Taxi Driver, Robert De Niro used method acting to really become his character. It got to the point that he even poured ketchup the way that James Conway would. As always, Scorsese made some extremely risky moves while directing this, but they all made the film better and exceptionally distinctive to anything else. Along with Henry, Karen Hill also narrates, which was an amazing directing choice, for it allowed us to get into her head and see her problems as well. We get two perspectives on the events that take place in the story, allowing us to experience it through the eyes of more than one person. Having two narrators in this picture was unprecedented, and that made it so much more unique, causing it to be exceedingly spectacular. Scorsese made Henry's story feel way too real by including things like stressing that during his fall in the mob, Henry was so paranoid of getting whacked that he slept with a gun in his hand just in case.
But still I couldn't hurt him. How could I hurt him? I couldn't even bring myself to leave him. The truth was that no matter how bad I felt, I was still very attracted to him. Why should I give him to someone else? Why should she win?
He also chooses to begin his film the same way he does in a few of his other films, such as Raging Bull and Casino, by showing a scene from the middle or end of the story. By doing this, he's incorporating his own style into this masterpiece, while starting it off with an interesting scene that makes the audience think, why is this happening? The production design of the movie was quintessential in terms of makeup and costuming. The costumes used for the cast represented what people would have been wearing in the 1950s and the 1980s accurately. From the gangsters' suits to the women's dresses, the production team nailed the exact look of the people in this time period. The makeup was achieved with such realism and beauty that around 70 loathing people walked out from one of the screenings in horror. There aren't very many deaths shown on screen, but when it happens, the stomach-churning blood is so graphic and realistic that it can have even the sickest people loathing as well. Like the majority of all mafia movies, blood is entirely necessary. However, the production team also focuses on aging. By making the characters age as time passes, the audience is more intrigued to believe the story. It also allows them to see that time is passing by. Scorsese also uses his own style of cinematography in all of his pictures. Being known as the king of the tracking shot, It was expected to see the 2.5-minute shot of Henry and Karen walking through the Copacabana nightclub. This specific tracking shot is known to be his most famous, as it was one of the longest shots in American cinema. However, that isn't the only tracking shot used in the film. There is also a tracking shot of Henry beating Karen's neighbor after she tells him that he hit her.
Fucker, you want something? Huh? Hey, Henry! What are you doing? I swear my fucking mother, if you touch her again, you're dead! Don't shoot!
The point of having these tracking shots is to show the audience the surroundings more, but it also allows the director to not have to worry about continuity. Along with his tracking shots, Scorsese is also known for his use of the freeze frame. His freeze frames can be seen in films like Raging Bull, Casino, A Wolf on Wall Street, and many others. This is usually used whenever he wants the narrator to narrate. This technique is undoubtedly genius, as it forces the audience to pay attention to what is being said because there's nothing else for them to be distracted by. It can also show the audience the emotion that the certain character has at that exact moment. Overall, Goodfellas is a cinematic stroke of brilliancy, and it will always be an advantageous classic to all mafia movies. I rate this perfect work of art 5 stars.